Liverpool's defensive shopping list. With Virgil van Dijk out for months, Jurgen Klopp faces a shortage at centre-back, even after Fabinho starred at Ajax. Here's who he could target in January. Virgil van Dijk's season looks over after he sustained an ACL injury on Saturday. The Red centre-back's absence will leave a massive void in Liverpool's back four. Joe Gomez and Joel Matip are now Liverpool's only fit first-team centre-backs. Fabinho is a fine option as emergency cover and proved so again in Ajax win. But Jurgen Klopp is still short of options and could recruit in January. RB Leipzig's Dayot Upamecano and Schalke's Ozan Kabak are potential options. Out of all the setbacks Liverpool could have faced in their defence of the Premier League title, a season-ending injury to their talisman at the back could perhaps be the most fatal. Virgil van Dijk requires surgery on his anterior cruciate ligament after being on the receiving end of a horror tackle by Jordan Pickford in Saturday's Merseyside derby, an incident made even worse by the Everton keeper's lack of punishment, both on the day and retrospectively. It was a damaging blow for Jurgen Klopp and his team, ahead of a period of 6 matches in 18 days and 17 matches before 2020 is out. More to the point, it leaves only 2 fit senior centre-backs in the first-team squad in Joe Gomez and Joel Matip, with defensive midfielder Fabinho also able to deputise as he did so impressively in the 1-0 win at Ajax on Wednesday night, including a spectacular goal-line clearance. Both fans and pundits have been raving about Fabinho's ability at centre-half. Rio Ferdinand even insisted that he has been the best player whenever he has deputised in the position, but big question marks still remain. Fabinho is still a makeshift, so how would he cope against the toughest of opposition? Can Klopp rely on the notoriously injury-prone Matip and Gomez? And if they suffer any more injuries, who on earth will come in? Beyond his current 3 fit senior centre-backs, Klopp's options are sparse, with fringe players Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, and Billy Cometio ultimately not yet ready for regular action. Even though Klopp insisted that there is no room for 4 senior centre-halves in his squad, there is clearly a requirement for a new addition. Carragher made a strong case himself in the wake of Van Dijk's injury, saying, "It's devastating for Van Dijk but for Klopp and the club, right away it's, who can we get in? I know the transfer window is just finished but they have to be ready on January 1st to bring someone in because they're really weak in that area and that could stop them going on to achieve what they want to achieve." Who could Klopp and the transfer committee at Melwood target in the January transfer window? Sportsmail takes you through all the potential options. The RB Leipzig centre-half, who is also now a regular in the French national team, has been linked with a host of Premier League clubs in recent months but notably stayed put in Germany despite the long-held interest. The 21-year-old was one of Leipzig's standout performers as they reached the semi-finals of the Champions League last season, and signed a new deal in July until the summer of 2023. Crucially, however, that fresh contract contains a £38 million, €42 million, release clause but it is only active from next summer. Will Klopp wait that long? One of the hottest defensive prospects in Europe, Upamecano possesses an authority and control at the back way beyond his tender years and has clearly thrived under Julian Nagelsmann. A move to Anfield before next summer would not come cheap, but the temptation to add raw quality to his ranks and nick the Frenchman from under the noses of Manchester United, among others, could persuade Klopp to act. A fairytale return to Liverpool has been mooted in some quarters for Cody, and Jamie Carragher was brazen enough to ask the Wolves captain if he was interested live on Sky Sports on Monday night. "I can't believe you have just put this to me here." "No, not at all," responded Cody. "I love playing for this club, we've just beat Leeds in an amazing game. You know what I am like." The 27-year-old, who is now an England international, is a well-known Liverpool fan and came through the youth ranks at Anfield before leaving in 2014. However, though his new contract until 2025 means a price will again be high, Cody's leadership qualities as well as his quality on the ball and proven adeptness in the Premier League certainly makes him a candidate for Klopp at centre-half. The highly rated Turkish international was linked with a £40 million move to Liverpool back in July, and his combativeness means he could fit in well in English football. The 20-year-old has already played for 3 top European clubs in Galatasaray, Stuttgart, and now with Schalke. Klopp has a close relationship with Schalke coach David Wagner, so will be well briefed on Kabak's capabilities plus Schalke's valuation. Kabak featured 26 times for Wagner's side in the Bundesliga, scoring 3 goals, which saw him finish as Schalke's 4th highest goal scorer in a season where they struggled domestically. He remains an outside option. The Sevilla defender was heavily linked with a move to Manchester City in the summer before they bought Ruben Dias, while neighbours United are also keeping an eye on the 21-year-old. Kounda has since claimed he would have jumped at the chance to play in the English top flight but has no regrets over a potential move to City falling through and is happy to remain in La Liga with Sevilla. The France under-21 star only joined Sevilla in the summer of 2019 after arriving from Bordeaux for around £22 million but made an instant impression for last season's Europa League winners. He was influential as the Spanish side marched into the La Liga top 4 last term and landed silverware again on the European stage. A man in demand, and one definitely to watch out for. Liverpool extensively scouted the Brighton defender last season as he played his part in helping Leeds win the championship. The 23-year-old was then subject of 3 bids from Leeds for a permanent deal, but he instead signed a new 4-year deal on the South Coast last month. He has played in every game for the Seagulls this season and has looked assured, with decent technical ability and poise on the ball. Featuring alongside Lewis Dunk, White has slotted in seamlessly under Graham Potter in this campaign. A player with bags of potential, it's tough to see White as an immediate short-term fix for Klopp come January. A price tag of £50 million has also been reported, which would surely be too much for a player who is likely to be back up to Van Dijk and Gomez when both are fully fit.